Welcome back for part 3 of my ranking all wonder weapons in the Treyarch Zombies line. This leaves us in Black Ops 3 for this video. I will be ranking all wonder weapons including the Chronicles remaster maps, so we got a lot to get through on this one. A few things to note on the introduction are that I am not including the Wrath of the Ancients. I just don't feel like it's good enough, and you're only ever going to get it so that you can get those other 4 bows. So we're just going to rank the 4 bows, leave the Wrath of the Ancients out of it, because who actually uses it ever? The other note for this is naming. I'm going to call these verbally by their common name, if you want to call it that. So I'll call it the Firebow, but I'm going to write on screen the more technical, apothecon written crazy name. This will just make it easier. If you're just listening, you'll know what I'm talking about, and I won't have to try to pronounce whatever the hell those names are. To go further into this naming idea, it also relates to something like the staves, where I'm going to just say the ice staff, but I am referring to the Ul's arrow. I'm not doing these separately as the ice staff and the upgraded version. I'm just doing the upgraded version, but calling it the ice staff for simplicity's sake. I think we're all set on that, so let's start jumping into this. We got 17 weapons to get through, so we're going to start right away at the bottom, and you should already know what it's going to be. Starting us off at number 17 is, of course, the ray gun. What else would it ever be? The poor ray gun is permanently tortured by not being good enough, and usually not being able to be paired with PhD to help. It doesn't keep up with the rest of the wonder weapons, and it's where we're going to start our list today. Number 16 is the baby gun, and this is a pure placement out of spite. It is certainly worse than its original version, but it probably isn't as bad as I'm ranking it, however, anger. So, hey, Treyarch, I'd like to have a word with you.
What the fuck were you doing with the baby gun?
This thing was so good in the past, and now you've made it shit. Why? Technically, it still works, but it's much less effective. The whole point of this wonder weapon is to shrink the zombies, run through them, and knock them out of your way. Now, you get hung up on the zombies and you kind of stagger through them. It slows you down and messes with your flow. When the point of your wonder weapon is to make you run through the train that's been following you, it's not ideal to have your movement interrupted. This weapon now does interrupt your movement, and it is much worse for that reason. It is so disappointing to see, and I wish it wasn't the case, but it's going to stay here at 16. Time to move on. Our number 15 spot is going to be a quick one. It's the lightning staff. The lightning staff became a bit of a joke here in Black Ops 3. It isn't very good, but hey, it looks cool, so... Number 14 is the Wonder Waff. The return of the original Zombies Golden Child to the Giant was a great addition to Black Ops 3. Something easily recognizable even to casual fans, and this time when you pack-a-punch it, the look of this thing is gorgeous. The use of purple in the design is so well done and appreciated. It is strong as ever, and it's fun as ever. This is a solid wonder weapon that really only struggles in this catalog because at this point in Zombies, wonder weapons were starting to become much more nuts than they were in the past that the Wonder Waff comes from. So it's still good, but it does just get outshined by what came after it. Number 13 was a surprise even to myself, but it is the Raygun Mark III. The Raygun Mark III feels most disconnected from the Raygun name when compared to the other variants. It is a great concept with essentially 3 different ways to attack: the slowing fireball, the classic laser, and then you combine them to make a black hole. On paper it is very strong, and for quite a while it will be. Unfortunately, this black hole is not infinite damage like the others in the franchise. That, along with the extra step of combining attacks in a tighter map, makes this weapon not quite as great as it could be. I do enjoy using it, but it isn't my favorite or the most practical later on in the game, so it isn't super high on my list. Number 12 is the Fire Staff. The Fire Staff felt a nerf coming into Black Ops 3. This was unnecessary for a weapon that was in a decent spot or maybe even could have used a buff. It now lags behind the competition more than it used to and takes a tumble down the list. RIP, my baby the Fire Staff. Number 11 is the Wind Staff. The Wind Staff is still a strong weapon, but it still has little ammo to go with it. That has always been my biggest issue with this wonder weapon, and it would be much higher in all my rankings if it had more ammo. It doesn't have the easiest path for use because of how specific you need to be to bridge the ammo and hope for max ammos. Definitely the second strongest staff now, but in my eyes it is far away from the best staff spot. Starting off the top 10 is the Void Bow. The Void Bow is the worst bow, although it is still strong, and it's not bad. The reason it is the worst of them is because it is slower in taking out zombies. The heads float around and take out zombies for you, and it is strong, but again slow. I love using this bow because of how unique it is, but if I am actually trying to go for an Easter egg or a high round run, I will not be likely to pick it up. Number 9 is the Wolf Bow. The Wolf Bow is the poor man's thunder gun. It deals its damage in a line in front of the player and blows zombies away from it. The attack is strong, but often inconsistent in how many zombies it affects. When it works, it is really strong. When it's being a dweeb and not working as intended, then it's a risky deal. Overall, I like this bow and find it to be one of the safer wonder weapons just because it shares some qualities with the thunder gun archetype. Our number 8 spot is the Fire Bow. And the Fire Bow is one that no one knows how to make because no one never made a tutorial. But if you find a local expert that will upgrade it for you, then you will find yourself using a bow that is quite fun and strong. The charged attack affects zombies in a decently wide radius, which traps them in rock and burns them out of it. It is a cool looking effect that I enjoy using and giving me incentive to use it for that reason. I am personally interested in it because I like the challenge of upgrading it with the marksman shooting you have to do in the air. It isn't the best bow, but it is a solid wonder weapon. Number 7 is the Ray Gun Mark II. The Mark II coming back brings me great joy. It is a great wonder weapon, and it's one that I want to be in more zombies maps and games. Have your main map wonder weapon, but also add this in. I won't complain. It's strong, it's fun, and it's neat. I love having it around. Thank you, Buried, for adding this weapon. The number 6 spot belongs to the Zap Wave Gun from Moon. The Zap and Wave Gun is an iconic dual-wield wonder weapon that is neat, fun, and strong. It's a great combination for a wonder weapon. The fun is within the wave gun cooking zombies, and the power of it is really on both, but the dual-wield zap guns remain one-hits infinitely. This is a great wonder weapon, and one that I underappreciated for a long time, so I'm here once again giving it its praise. Now we move into the top 5 with the Ice Staff. The Ice Staff remains a blissful experience just as it was originally. Still the best staff and one of the top tier wonder weapons of Black Ops 3. Its Ice Vortex is great for its potency and the visuals of it. A great weapon that will carry you far. The number 4 spot belongs to the KT-4. I took a very long time to warm up to Zetsubo no Shima, and along with that, it took me a long time to come to love the KT-4. It is not the hardest wonder weapon to acquire or upgrade, but it can be annoying with the underwater plant watering. Yeah, that phrase makes sense, but hey, you've got flying squids, so who really cares if you have to water a plant that's literally submerged in water? Either way, once you have this wonder weapon and it's upgraded, it's a great time. It has a chargeable attack which can scale up to a powerful, almost liquefier-like pool of goop that damages zombies. It is very strong against the Thrashers, which is great because they run rampant through this map. It is also useful in helping prevent you from being trapped because you can shoot away spiderwebs blocking your path instead of having to do the melee animation. The KT-4 is a hidden treasure within the map that is itself a hidden treasure in Zetsubo no Shima. Now that we're into the top 3, things are probably pretty predictable from here on out. Number 3 is the Lightning Bow. The Lightning Bow is the best bow easily. It protects you if you follow its charged attack, and it has a wide, long-lasting ranged attack. Having plenty of ammo, it is a great wonder weapon to bring with you that will help keep you safe. It can also suspend the panzers, which is quite helpful. Our number 2 spot is the Thunder Gun. Guess who's back? Back again. Thundy's back. Steal it from a friend. I won't ever complain about having more opportunities to use the Thunder Gun. As always, it is incredibly powerful, infinite damage, a get out of jail free card, and it's glorious. It has been usurped by only one weapon this time around, and that is because the Thunder Gun works its magic in a line, while the new Top Dog works in a 360 all-encompassing devastation. We have talked about the Thunder Gun before, so there isn't much to add here. It is amazing through and through. Let's get on to our number 1 and talk about the weapon that replaced the Thunder Gun as the best wonder weapon in zombies back in the day. Number 1 is of course the Apothicon Servant. The best wonder weapon in zombies, and it has held that position for many years now. This is a get out of jail free card on crack. You won't be bothered by a zombie at all when this weapon is fired near you. All you have to do is stand in a single spot, pull the trigger once in a while, and you'll survive as long as you have ammo. The only downside of this weapon is its ammo. Thankfully, each shot lasts a decent amount of time, which can help bridge you to the next shot and therefore your next max ammo. Outside of the function of this wonder weapon, its design is awesome. It is the most unique looking wonder weapon, being a squid creature that you just rail your fist in to utilize. Its many eyes look back at you as you have now asserted yourself as its master by inserting your fist just right. Have I made this gross enough yet? The Apothicon Servant stands alone at the top of Black Ops 3, and as of now, on top of all Zombies games. With that, that is my ranking of the Black Ops 3 wonder weapons. Next up is of course going to be Black Ops 4. Let me know down in the comments where you might have put weapons instead of where I put them, or what you agree with if you happen to agree with something here. For now, that's all I've got, so if you did enjoy, leave a like or subscribe. Farewell, until next time.